Hi trainers, I'm Teeds. How's it going? Dragapult is joining Pokemon Unite tomorrow, and today I will show you how to play Dragapult. But if you're not planning to play it, this video is also great to know what you're going up against, which can prepare you on how to fight against a Dragapult, which I really recommend watching and learning because it's actually pretty crazy. For the build, this is what I currently recommend: Muscle Band, Rapid Fire Scarf, and Scope Lens. Dragapult is very basic attack focused. So at the moment, I think this is going to be a very solid build. The number one mechanic about Dragapult that you have to understand is that it revolves a lot around its boosted basic attack gauge. So when you deal any damage with Dragapult, as you can see here, I have this blue bar under my name. This is my boosted attack gauge. Once I reach the top or the end of it, I will deal more damage. I will also deal any damage to the target around it, so around the target basically. It's like an AoE, like area of effect basic attack. It's really cool. It's pretty strong. You can keep this gauge full as long as you deal constant damage. So if I just stop dealing damage here, it will just go back down and then you have to build it back up again. So you basically want to try and deal constant damage with this Pokemon to keep it full. It's really important to know that it's with any damage, so even with your abilities as well, you can fill it up with your abilities. Very, very important to know. Just want to keep it full, deal constant damage. Your two starting moves is Astonish and Quick Attack. So Astonish actually doesn't deal much damage. Not a very good ability to secure with. As you can see, it does very little, but it also decreases their movement speed as well. So that's very important to know. Quick Attack is really interesting as well. So Quick Attack is your mobility move. You move in a direction and you also have more attack speed. So after using Quick Attack, your basic attack speed is increased, so it's even easier to get that boosted basic attack gauge up. The first move you're going to pick up is Phantom Force or Dragon Dance. I really like, this is the one I'm going to recommend first, and this is Phantom Force with Shadow Ball. I think these two together are really insane. So Phantom Force, Pokemon Unite really loves their stealth Pokemon. They just really enjoy their stealth Pokemon. So Phantom Force, when you click on this move, you go into stealth and targets in the area, like in your circle, can actually, like, they know you're there. As you can see here, the dummy has this little yellow marker above its head. This means that you are very close to them. You can end this stealth by using your basic attacks or using an ability, and your attack speed is actually increased. So you have faster attack speed. The really cool thing about this move as well is that when you pick this move up, you also gain like a permanent attack weight. So if you KO an enemy with any of your moves while you have like this move, so basically like you don't even have to have it active, you just have to have the move. You have a permanent attack weight. You will increase your damage permanently for the rest of the game. It's insane. It's just a permanent attack weight. Something that's really important to note with Phantom Force as well is that if you enter stealth around a Pokemon, you have a yellow bar that goes up. If you stay within that Pokemon, like an enemy Pokemon, for too long, it will make you visible to them. So that's really important to know. It only happens to enemy Pokemon. If you go into Phantom Force and you stay around them for too long, you'll be kicked out of your stealth, but you'll still have the effects of the fast attack speed. Alright, so here I will show you the damage increase with your attack weight. So right now to the dummy with Shadow Ball, I deal 442 damage, which is going to KO this Zoroark. Now to the dummy, I will deal 446 damage. So as you can see, the damage increases, and this happens permanently for the rest of the game as long as you KO a target. The other move is Shadow Ball, which you want to pair with Phantom Force. So Shadow Ball is really cool, and it works so well with Phantom Force. With Shadow Ball, it deals damage to the target. It also goes through them, so you can hit multiple enemies as well, and it applies a mark to the enemies too. As you can see, I've applied 2 marks to the enemy. So with this mark, you actually deal more damage to the targets that have this mark. Basically, what I would do for a combo is I would enter Phantom Force, I would Shadow Ball, and then I would basic attack them, because now you're dealing extra damage to them. But if you hit that target that's marked 4 times, the mark will be removed, but you also recover health at the end of it, which is really cool. So for the combo, I would just go Phantom Force, Shadow Ball, and then just basic attack the heck out of them. It's really insane. That's basically the combo that I would do for Phantom Force and Shadow Ball. It's really strong in my opinion, and it works so well with the items that I recommended. The range of Shadow Ball is also longer than Phantom Force, so if you don't want to be in their radius, so for example, you can do it from here, and that way you won't have like that yellow bar that comes up and reveals you. So if you want to, you can do it from like a little bit of a distance before actually going a bit closer to get your basic attacks off. It's really cool. This moveset is so simple too, which I really like. Shadow Ball as well, you also get a dash with it. It's a bit wonky to use, at least on the mobile device. I'm not very used to it. So if I aim my Shadow Ball here, right, and then with my joystick on the left, I do a dash. I move into a direction and I do a dash. It's really interesting. That's something you can implement into your combos as well. It may be something like this. You want a Phantom Force and then Shadow Ball while dashing towards them to get closer or dashing away to get further. That's just an example as well. But yeah, very interesting. Shadow Ball has a little dash with it as long as you're moving into a direction with one hand and aiming with the other, basically. The other moveset is Dragon Dance and Dragon Breath. It's a very interesting moveset. It's very fun and very flashy. So Dragon Dance, you click on the move and then you pick left or right to go, like you pick a direction. So I'm going to click the move and I click a direction. And now it's just doing damage to everyone in that little circle. It's really interesting. A really big tip with Dragon Dance, what you want to do is that it does apply your boosted basic attack gauge as well, and it does stack it. So what I would do is actually, I would try to stack my boosted basic attack gauge first. So here, I'm going to stack it and then use Dragon Dance because now I have that boosted basic attack gauge damage. But if you don't stack it before you use Dragon Dance, it's just going to the normal basic attack. So I'm just going to click it again and now it's just doing the normal basic attacks. So I do recommend stacking that boosted attack gauge first before using Dragon Dance to get even more damage out of it. You can also cancel out of this move as well. So you can use it as like a really wonky mobility move. So I'm going to press it and then if you press it again, you will cancel it. So I'm going to press it again and move into a designated direction. It's really interesting. It's definitely like, it's such a cool concept to me because it's a very unique ability. But I'm just going to do that and then I'm just going to cancel it and move into a direction. So if you see that enemies are waiting for you at the end of your circle, and they want to take you out, you can cancel it earlier to get out of that bad situation. And if you do knock out a Pokemon on the opposing team, the cooldown of this move is reduced as well. So that's really interesting. You could basically like Dragon Dance multiple times if you can pull something off like that. The other move is Dragon Breath. So with Dragon Breath, it's you fire this like flame thing and it leaves like a mark on the ground as well, and enemies that go through this will have damage dealt to them and then movement speed decreased as well. They do take damage over time. So as you can see here, the dummy is taking damage over time. And the really cool thing is that you can use Dragon Breath with Dragon Dance. So I'm going to Dragon Dance and I'm also going to use my Dragon Breath, and you can leave like a circle. No, it goes on cooldown, so it doesn't have like the whole circle as flames, but it is a really interesting thing to do. I find it very, very funny just to be able to leave like a whole mark on the ground with Dragon Dance. It's hilarious. Now Dragapult's Unite move is so cool. It is basically just a third move. It's not even a Unite move, it's just like a third move. So basically Dragapult shoots out Dreepies. So I'm going to click it here. You have two that you can shoot out. It goes to different targets, but if there is like only one target in your radius, it will go to like both of them will go to that one target. So when I press it here, it goes to the target. If I press it again, it goes again. So the really interesting thing, stop attacking me. Let's see, if I just get the wild Pokemon back up here. Can I spawn it? Yes, I can. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to turn off the cooldown of this and I'm going to use it. It won't go to the same target. It'll go to two different targets, as you can see. So if you could isolate the target, it would just go to the one target. But as you can see, like when I do use both of the reserves of this move, it just goes on cooldown like a normal move. So it's an 8-second cooldown, but that's just for the one reserve. And then you have to wait for the next reserve as well. The unfortunate thing about this being its Unite move is that I don't think it gets the benefits of like other Unite moves. So like when you use a Unite move, Pokemon like usually will have like more attacks, like more like movement speed or something like that. But this Pokemon doesn't get that benefit. Makes me wonder if Buddy Barrier and Energy Amplifier will work with this Unite move. I will have to test it. But yeah, it's really interesting. At least for this moveset, you can't actually use it with your Dragon Dance as well. I think it would be really cool if you could use the Unite move with your Dragon Dance. I think that would be sick. I can click on my basic attacks as well when I use Dragon Dance, but I don't see any difference between it without using it and with using it. So I don't know if it actually does anything. Don't think so, but it would be really strong if it did. That is the movesets for Dragapult. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about this Pokemon, trainers. I am so excited for this Pokemon to come into Pokemon Unite tomorrow, and I will definitely have gameplays about it as well. I will do some testing with it and everything, so feel free to subscribe to the bell to be notified for that. But so far, I do like both movesets. I think the other one is just going to be stronger because with this one, you can get CC'd out of it really easily. You can take damage in it very easily. I found that when I played Dragapult with Dragon Dance, I was taken out almost immediately. So I don't know how it'll be in like the actual games tomorrow, but I can't wait to try it and show it to you. Okay, that is all for this gameplay, trainers. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about Dragapult, and I can't wait to catch you for the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.